All right, here we go. Let's see what you did. Actually, I can't see what you did, so you're going to try it with me and compare what you did with mine. Okay? All right, I got 3 waffles, and I'm trying to split it with 4 people. So I'm going to go ahead and start drawing on these. Okay? If I have 3 waffles, and I'm splitting, dividing them up with how many people? Not 3. Because if I had 3 people, that'd be nice. Each person would get 1, right? That's nice. But I'm not dividing it by 3 people. I'm dividing it by 4 people. Okay? So I don't even have 4 waffles to give out. So I know that everybody's going to get less than 1 if we split this equally. So I'm going to go ahead, since it's saying dividing by 4 people, I'm going to take this waffle and cut it up into 4 parts, which works out really nice with waffles because when you make a waffle in a waffle maker, it usually breaks it up into 4 parts anyway. And I'm going to take this one and split that up into 4 parts so I can easily distribute it to my 4 people. I'm going to do that again to this one. Okay? So now I'm going to go ahead and say, all right, person number 1, from this waffle, you get one part, one of those fourths. From this waffle, you get another one of those fourths. And from this waffle, you get another one of those fourths. Okay, so that's the first person. Then I'd go ahead and go to person number 2. Second person, they get a fourth, they get a fourth, and they get a fourth. This is working out nice, right? Because I split it into 4 because we had 4 people. So I'm third person. And then I have my last person, last but not least. My 4th person gets 1 chunk out of that waffle, 1 chunk out of there, and 1 chunk out of there. So now the question is, how much does each person get, right? So I'd say, okay, well, if I take the yellow and put it all together, does that make 1 whole waffle? No, because this was just worth a 4th of a waffle. This was worth a 4th of a waffle. And this was worth a 4th. So how many total fourths did they get? Not 4 of them. They didn't get 4 fourths to make 1 whole waffle. They actually got 3 of the fourths. Oh, look at that. 3 divided by 4 ends up being equal to 3 fraction bar 4. 3 fourths. Interesting. Okay, so now you're going to go ahead and step it up just a little bit more. So now on your own, you're going to go ahead and say, all right, well, that was with, how many people? 4 people? Okay, what if I go here? I'm trying to move this, moved it. Now you're looking at, instead of 3 waffles, now we have a plate that has these beautiful, not 3 waffles now. Now it looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so now you go forth. You have 6 waffles now that you're going to share with not 6 people. That'd be too easy. You're going to share with 4 people yet again. So our amount of waffles has increased. So go ahead, take your 6 waffles and figure out something that you could do. Pause the video. Come back to me when you've had at least a minute or 2 to try something on your own. Okay? All right. Pause the video. Okay, now that you have tried yourself, we're going to look at it with me. Okay? So I have my 6 waffles, so I need to take a picture of this so I can draw on it as well. I need to split them. So I'm taking 6 and I am splitting those up. Splitting up those waffles with who? With not 6 people, but 4 people. Now last time we had 3 waffles split with 4 people, and each person got 3/4. 3 of those fourths. How about if we have 6 waffles? All right, here I go. I'm going to start dividing up those waffles into 4 parts so I can easily distribute these guys to the people. So I've split them all up. Maybe that's what you did too. Okay, or maybe you did a little something different. Let's see if we get the same answer. So I'm just going to go ahead and highlight one person, not all 4. So I'm going to say, okay, my first person, out of this waffle, since it's already split into 4, they get 1/4 of that. I go here, they're going to get 1/4 of that. I go here, they get 1/4 of that. So on each one, they get 1/4 of each waffle, so that it's easy for me to distribute those pieces. So here's my first person, right? I'm just going to put a 1 in there. There's my first person. Then my second person comes in. I'm going to give them a check mark. There they go. Second person. They're getting the same amount, right? They get 6 pieces, but those pieces are equivalent to what? Okay, you have to think about that. Okay, here's my third person coming in. Squiggly mark, right? There they go. Third person, they get that same amount. And then I have my final 4th person, which I will do a star. Okay, and look at that. Are they going to get the same amount? Yes, sirree. Okay, so now I know that every person will be happy because they each got the same amount. And that'll be what? My answer is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my answer is 6. 6 pieces. But what are those pieces worth? Those pieces are worth 4ths. Hey, and what do you know again? 6 divided by 4 is actually equal to the fraction 6/4. Now 6/4 is kind of weird because it's improper. So we might want to write, not might, you want to switch that into a mixed number so it just eases the mind. So I'm going to go ahead and take 6 divided by 4. And I know that 4 goes into 6, not twice, but once, and not equally. Because 1 times 4 is not 6, it's 4. So I know 6/4 is equivalent to 1. And how many are left over? 2. And I was working in 4ths. Which makes sense, because if I put 1, 2, 3, 4 of those 4s together, that makes 1 whole waffle. And then I'll have how many more left? 1, 2. Which I could leave as 2/4, or some of you know that's equivalent to half of a waffle. So I have 3 answers here. I could say 6/4 waffles. I could say 1 2/4 waffles for each person, or I could say 1 1/2. Those are all equivalent. And how cool is it that we can just look at this division problem and get our answer quickly by just relating that division sign to a fraction? Awesome.